I'm Hugh Hewitt, joined by Josh Kraushaar of Axios. Good morning, Josh. How'd you like the game yesterday?
I didn't like it being decided on an end-of-game penalty, but other than that, it was an amazing Super Bowl. I like the Eagles as a team. I don't like Philly, so I was sort of neutral in the whole rooting interest. But no, it was a great game. That's all you can ask for.
That's it. I thought it was a fine football game. I thought most of the ads were beside the point. I'm going to talk to the guy who was part of the team behind the He Gets Us ads next hour. Josh, my latest working theory on the balloons, or whatever they are, is that it's a DEI project to get Lake Huron some attention. They've never, ever... Have you ever seen Lake Huron in a headline ever before in your life?
No, I mean, I have family near the Great Lakes, not too far from that neck of the woods, but no, that's more attention.
Yeah, but, Great Lakes, everyone knows Ontario and Erie, Michigan and Superior, but nobody knows Huron.
Yeah, it's the lost Great Lake.
So there you go. It's a DEI effort. So what do you think is the reaction to all this?
Well, look, this is like a great mystery where, I think there's a lot of suspicion that China is somehow behind this, or that we're more attuned to these flying objects. I don't think they're surveillance vehicles. We're still trying to figure out what these latest objects that were shot down actually are and where they come from. But I feel like our antenna are more closely attuned to what's going on up in space. And look, Biden has been eager to shoot these things down, and I hope we learn a lot more about what they actually are and what the threat they pose.
You know what surprises me, Josh? I know we can shoot down stuff. That's why we got NORAD, and we can track Santa's sleigh. Are you surprised we can't collect them? Like we don't have a giant super scooper. In California, we have these super scoopers that dip down and get water and drop them on fire. Don't you think we should have like a giant super scooper to get them?
That sounds. There is an element of science fiction to all this, and you would think we'd have some technology to do a better job actually getting the remnants of the balloon that fell in the Atlantic Ocean last weekend. This is all very new. We're kind of learning as we go along on not just what these objects are, but what the process is in trying to take them down.
Have you ever read Blind Man's Bluff?
I have not.
Oh, it's the very best book ever written for civilians on submarines and what they do. But in it is the story of the Glomar explorer when the military went to Howard Hughes and said, we want to get the Soviet sub that sunk. And so that he created a pretend deep sea exploration platform, and we floated over where we found it, and we picked it up in two pieces, and we brought it back, and we got everything the Soviets didn't want us to have. So I guess there are no more Howard Hughes, or Elon Musk hasn't been tasked yet with how we grab these things?
I saw Elon Musk was at the Super Bowl this
with
weekend.
Rupert Murdoch. Yeah,
Rupert Murdoch. That raised my eyebrow. But where's Elon Musk in all this? If there's anyone that can invent or strategize or have some ideas on how to deal with these space objects, you would think Elon Musk would be at the table. But maybe
if the aliens wanted us to take them to our leaders, they would have gone to that box.
Everyone reported to Elon Musk,
and Murdoch. Those two together, that was maybe the most interesting, unremarked upon. Now it was being carried on Fox. So the guy even said, "There's my boss." He didn't. They're not about to say, "What does that mean?" But that is really wild. Elon Musk and Rupert Murdoch together.
Yeah, there's a lot of power, a lot of influence, and look, Elon Musk, for all he wasn't tweeting, he was actually spending some time actually watching some good football in person, and not on his phone doing the tweets. Did
you know that Elon Musk was a football fan?
I think I did. I think I read that somewhere. But I don't. Is he a fan of a specific team, or is he just?
I don't know. It's just Elon Musk being Elon Musk. I've only been in a room with him once, and he's pretty interesting wherever he goes. But he and Rupert Murdoch, I'd love to have that combo. They may have been arranging the surveillance just to pick up that conversation between the world's most powerful media mogul and the world's most interesting billionaire together again. Who knows how long they've known each other. But it was an interesting shot. Josh, the majority leader of the United States Senate is going on The View today, so the end times are upon us. Are you going to watch that and expect anything?
So Hugh, I haven't watched The View in quite some time. Now that you mentioned it, maybe I'll have to tune in. But look, the Senate is going to be. Congress is not expected to be a lot done. There's going to be a lot of infighting, a lot of oversight. Schumer's sort of in a very, very interesting situation because he needs to hold that majority with a lot of red state Democrats like John Tester, Manchin, Sherrod Brown in Ohio, and a whole bunch of others.
You know what? Tester's not going to run. Honest to goodness, this must just bore the heck out of him after 12 years. He wants to be on his farm.
Well, I thought it was interesting. Schumer actually name-checked Tester. I think he was on ABC's this week, where he was tried to give Tester some props for his, being on the ball in terms of the NORAD and the objects over Montana. So I thought that was interesting. Maybe but
Rob Portman showed the way. Life is short. Do you really want to have to go meet with the 4-H delegation from Bozeman today? Honestly, I just think 12 years is enough for anybody unless that's at that age and that state. Josh Kroshauer of Axios, thank you. Follow him on Twitter at Josh Kroshauer.